Why hello there everyone, guess what? Gundam Evolution just got an official release date plus announcements for new playable mobile suits. 3 to be exact. They are the melee version of the Zaku, which isn't too surprising because the Zaku we had said ranged, which implied that there was going to be a non-ranged version. And then the Mahiroo of all things and the Unicorn Gundam. And I have the video here to play. I already watched what they posted on Twitter, which was just the announcement essentially, but this is longer because I think they explained the moveset a little bit more in depth here. So I'm going to rewatch what I already watched with you guys in case you haven't seen it yet. Plus I want to watch it again anyway. And then I'm going to see if I can sort of predict the archetype of each one. Well, obviously you can predict the archetype of the Zaku if it's a melee Zaku, but you get the idea. And then I'm going to watch and see if what the real movesets are. I'm going to see if the real movesets line up with what I predicted. So let's see. Let's watch this again.
Welcome to the Gundam Evolution mission briefing. Gundam Evolution is a free-to-play 6-on-6 first-person
I thought about
shooter with a unique boost system.
streaming a live reaction to this, but I honestly thought they were only going to announce a release date. I did not expect them to announce 3 new suits already. So this is where the Twitter video started. And a regular old Zaku too. But wait. Shoulder bash. Big ol' melee. And this hitbox looks huge because the axe is comically big. I don't actually know what this specific axe is from. Obviously, we have the Zaku too, right? But even with me being a big Gundam fan and all, I don't immediately recognize what this axe is from. So if anybody knows, let me know. It might be original. But if you look closely, you can actually see this Zaku has some gold decor on it as well. I have to say, though, this is going to be very interesting at a competitive level because if you think about it, character silhouettes are very important in a game like this, in a first-person shooter, in a hero shooter, I should say. Because when you turn and look at someone, you're supposed to immediately be able to tell what character they are, so that way you know what they can do, and by proxy, what you should do, right? But if you quickly turn and you see the silhouette of a Zaku too, you might not immediately know if it's a ranged Zaku or a melee Zaku, right? And that could be a big deal. But I think maybe that could be offset with the pose, because even though this thing is technically the same mobile suit as the ranged Zaku too, maybe if he holds this giant axe on his shoulder like this, maybe that is the solution to it. Maybe that's why they gave him such a comically large axe. It looks like the shoulder bash is done from this guard, right? It essentially has a shield. It might not be as good as a regular shield. Actually, when it had the arm up, I don't think I saw any kind of shield meter. So it might actually just be timed invulnerability. You might be invincible for a limited amount of time while you're charging up the shield bash. And like I said, that melee looks huge. And then apparently you also have some kind of projectile slash. And this must be his G maneuver where he just spins to win. I know what my favorite melee suit will be. I don't even particularly gravitate towards the melee suits in hero shooters, but I don't know why. Whenever there is a character with a spinning move, I always end up playing them. I don't know why. It must be the Beyblade fan in me. And at first I thought, what, are they going to do some kind of alternate version of RX-78? But no, this is just a skin showcase, I think. Don't think anyone really cares about the skins. That's a crazy Sazabi skin. A little too busy for my tastes. I like that. I really like that color for the Marasai, though. I don't know why. That might actually be one of the colors from the show. Maybe that's why. That looks as if it's an actual source material color. And then, wow, that is a busy Dom. It's a cool pattern. I just don't know if it looks good being on something with so many panel lines and such. But of course, if I unlocked it, I'd be rocking it. And then we get the Mahiroo. I honestly wish I recorded my live reaction just because of this one, because I was actually astounded that they would add another Turn A suit. Not disappointed, mind you. I'm actually really happy. I'm pretty ecstatic that they would actually add more than one suit from Turn A. I was never expecting for them to add another suit from Turn A, let alone this early, right? I thought maybe they would eventually add another Turn A suit down the line once they start adding all these other suits first, because Turn A isn't even that popular, and the suits in it are so weird. As you can see, it looks unlike anything else in the roster. And if they were going to add another Turn A suit, I would have expected the Turn X or the Gold Sumo, right? But the Mahiroo is one of the grunt suits. So I'm the most curious about this thing. It looks like it actually says what the main weapon is and what the G maneuver and skill is. So that actually spoils the moveset a little bit. So it has a grenade, but I don't know what kind of archetype this would be, how you're supposed to be playing it. Also, this is 1080p, but the bitrate of this video is not that great, which you might have noticed. Okay, so it looks like we have some kind of high precision beam. I saw this already, but of course it was going so fast and I was hyped, so I didn't get to actually pay attention. It looks as if we have some kind of high precision beam, which looks comparable to the Dom's laser beam that it gets. And then that must be the grenade launcher. I accidentally double-clicked, apparently. What was that? I want to play this part in slow-mo. And assault your ears for a moment. That must have been the grenade launcher. And then some kind of... That's obviously its G maneuver, but it looks as if there's some sort of impact hitbox when you activate it. And then we have some sort of HUD with ammo? Yeah, okay, so it's firing from each hand. So it looks as if it's able to use that grenade launch ability it used prior, but consecutively a whole bunch, and it alternates from one hand to the other, so its rate of fire must expectedly be faster as well. So, little weird. I don't really understand. I still don't understand what the archetype is supposed to be if it just shoots grenades, right? We will see. I'm worried it might fall into the same category as the Marasai in that it doesn't have a very well-defined role, but that doesn't mean it can't be fun. Okay, let's go back to normal speed. I really do like the Mahiroo's design. Honestly, I like all of Turn A's designs. And then, of course, we have the Unicorn, which is a lot more popular than the Mahiroo. I'm assuming the Unicorn got in just because of the sheer popularity of the Unicorn Gundam. I'm pretty sure the Unicorn is one of the most popular suits in both the West and the East. Also, I just noticed there's some sort of color bleed effect in this trailer. And we have the Gatling gun, right? I'm thinking I actually might end up playing the Unicorn a lot because of the Gatling gun. It's pretty crazy because the Unicorn's kit is so loaded, which makes it a very easy target for adapting into the game, right? I'm also wondering if it's going to be significantly bigger than a lot of the other suits, right? Because canonically, the Unicorn is very big. But what I was saying before I sidetracked myself is that, yeah, its kit is really, really big, which makes it easy to create a moveset for, but also, I feel as if you're going to be omitting a lot of this stuff as well, and that might upset some people if they were expecting to see a certain thing that it can do. Also, I just thought of this. The fact that this has a Gatling gun, I feel as if that decreases the chances of the Gundam Heavy Arms, the Heavy Arms Gundam from Wing, from getting in, because the Heavy Arms would have been the minigun character, right? But now we have, even though this isn't a minigun, right? It's like a Gatling laser thing. It probably still feels comparable to what they would have made the Heavy Arms minigun to feel like. So I know a lot of people are going to be upset if Heavy Arms doesn't get in. And then that must be new type destroyer mode, right? Did we only see the Gatling laser and then that? Obviously, it's going to use its shields, though, since the shields were in the debut. Yeah, okay, there's the shield. So I guess he can send the shields out as as some kind of offensive ability, but I would also expect him to be able to use them defensively, right? Because they are shields after all. I'm wondering if he can put the shields on his allies as some sort of support. Put them on his allies, kind of like shield bits. Also, it's kind of cool that he doesn't actually walk, he just floats around. Okay, so here's the NTD mode. And it just looks like some sort of install super. Oh, hold on. That almost looks like what I was conceptualizing for a Gundam X super. Or double X super, right? A big fat laser that just goes through everything. We don't know if this goes through walls. It's probably not that strong, but the fact that it just goes through everything and is that wide looks somewhat similar to what I was conceptualizing. So maybe the developers think of this as the big full range super, right? Maybe they don't want to actually do something as extreme as a Hanzo super, a Hanzo from Overwatch, because that's what I was thinking of when I was talking about Gundam X or Double X. Maybe they want to keep it like this. And then, of course, we get the release date. I actually don't remember if the release date is in the video or not, because I saw it on Twitter, and it might have just been in the post. Yeah, I think it's just in the post. But regardless, the release date is September 21st. And I'm super excited. And okay, there it is. Yeah, the 21st. That's the PC launch, not the console launch. So I am definitely going to be playing that. I'm going to try to stream as much as possible. And don't worry, I'm going to watch the rest of this. I'm just putting in a plug in the meantime. I normally stream, well, I multi-stream to my Twitch channel and my main YouTube channel, but I'm thinking that when I stream this game, I might switch the YouTube stream from the main channel to this channel, Tanuki Type, even though I'll still be streaming on the Tanuki Tail Twitch channel. It's just I'm going to change where the extra multi-stream is going, because obviously this would be super topical to the Tanuki Type channel, right? Even though Tanuki Tail has a bigger audience. In fact, it's almost at 1,000 subscribers, so if you guys haven't subscribed to that already, you might as well. If you want to be part of the pre-1,000 subs crowd. Although I shouldn't have said that, because if I already have 1,000 subs when you're watching this, you should still subscribe. Smiley face. What are they talking about? Like they're talking about the in-game currency. So we have the times, 9 p.m. Eastern. That's 8 p.m. where I am. Oh, this is console release. Oh wow, console release is coming way later. Where was the PC release? PC release, 21st, 10 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so 9 where I am. Will begin about 2 days after the release of the game. Both the PC and console versions are compatible with these languages. We plan on expanding the regions of service after the launch of the title. Let's hear these explanations on the movesets. That's the only reason I'm making this video, honestly, because I don't see any point in just making videos about news. Each season lasts about 2 months. Okay. We're getting new suits every 2 months. Wow. So they must have a roadmap for at least a year, right? Which means they have... Well, they say plural, okay? So if we're getting plural suits, I'm assuming it would be 3 every 2 months, right? If they're announcing 3 at a time right now. But let's just take it literally and assume that units just means 2 or more. So if we're getting 2 or more every 2 months, that means we're going to get at least 12 a year. And you know they have a roadmap for a whole year at least already, which means they already have 12 suits that are in development, and some of them are probably done already. More or less, right? In Season 1, we will be adding 3 mobile suits. Zaku 2 melee loadout's high endurance allows it to close in on enemies and fight at a range more to its advantage. That range looks so huge.
vertical mobility as well as its ricocheting shots allow for a tricky fighting style.
Oh, I get it. They bounce. Okay. As soon as they said ricochet shots, I got it. Even though I was seeing them bounce before. It didn't click until they said it. Don't Junkrat's projectiles bounce? Because I know Junkrat in Overwatch has a grenade launcher, doesn't he? It's been so long since I've played Overwatch, and I never really played Junkrat that much, so correct me if I'm wrong. But I remember Junkrat having a grenade launcher, and now that they said ricochet, and I'm thinking back, I think Junkrat had a bouncing grenade, so it's probably like that.
Unicorn Gundam can apply buffs to nearby teammates, allowing it to shine when moving together with the team.
So are the buffs they're talking about not putting the shields on them? Is it... His teammate that's glowing yellow, is that the buff? It looks as if you can press F, right? But then it says +2, and that makes it sound as if... If I had to guess what that meant, I would assume pressing F puts 2 shields on him, right? Maybe that's it. But they're not demonstrating it, if that's the case, right? So maybe it's something else.
The first 12 units are usable right out of the box. The additional units...
I'm thinking I'm going to end up playing a lot of Unicorn because I love the Gatling laser, and if you're able to buff people's defense, I'll like that as well. Because in a way, that kind of makes him a tank. I mean, technically a support, but a tanky version of a support, you know what I mean? Rather than an offensive buffer. Also, does it always stay in green? It might have turned red when it entered NTD mode. That might have been the gimmick. Oh, you know what? Oh, that's going to be... Why didn't I think of this earlier? That's going to be so weird if you can't do Unicorn mode. Is it always in Destroy mode? That's weird. I thought if they were going to add Unicorn Gundam, that they would add 2 different modes, right? The Unicorn mode, the namesake Unicorn mode, and Destroy mode. But this is just Destroy mode. But maybe Unicorn Gundam is popular enough that they'll add Unicorn mode as a separate mobile suit later. I could see them doing that considering they're already adding 2 Zakus. What else do we have here? I actually noticed on Twitch right now, like literally right after I saw this Twitter announcement I saw on Twitch, one of the Japanese players was streaming this, and I peeped his stream for a moment, and he's actually playing the game right now with the new suits. I think he's part of some exhibition match thing. So they might be talking about this. Okay, let's see what the maps are. Honestly, new maps were the thing that I wanted the most, right? Even with the base roster of the game, it was super, super fun. But the one thing that was making it starting to get a little stale were the maps. Strangely, not the lack of suits, but the lack of map variety. So let's see. That looks cool. I like how it's a harbor. It's kind of hazy. That makes it feel unique compared to the other ones.
These new maps include
that looks pretty similar to the other ones.
Which makes a grand total of 10 playable maps.
Wait, how many are they adding?
At the time of the launch, we are adding 4 new maps.
4, okay.
Maps include the Bay City map.
So this is pretty much the same exact aesthetic as the Lunar Base map. So the aesthetic is pretty similar, but maybe the actual layout is different enough.
A grand total of 10 playable maps. The line of sight in the Bay City map is really wide, so using the buildings as cover in order to close in on...
This reminds me a lot of that one map from Gundam Versus, strangely enough. I think this map looks really good, though.
The ocean area will be considered out of bounds, so you can drop enemies there for kills.
Oh, ring out! We have ring out! Epic. I know ring outs are really contentious, but I play Soul Calibur, so I love ring outs. Or I've learned to love ring outs, I should say.
Weapon skins. MVP scenes. Stamps.
A Mahiroo stamp.
Emotes. Player icons and ornaments. exciting
Haro.
customization items can be obtained through season passes as well as supply pods.
Surprised the Haro one wasn't
Will be renewed every season.
in the beta. Now that I see it, you figure that would be the first charm they make.
When the game launches, we plan on having more than 500 items.
We also plan on adding 2 more types of customization items. The
Okay.
select animation, which allow players to customize their deploying screen.
Okay.
Portraits, which allow players to
Oh, Sayla. I love this. That's pretty cool. These are whatever. When it said select anime, I was thinking, whoa, they finally added anime voices. Keep double clicking that by accident. When I saw this, I thought, whoa, no way, they're adding voices from the anime, which was my main request. But no, when they say anime, they literally mean animation, right? It's the animation that plays when you select it. I love these portraits, though, that show up
deploying screen,
right here.
which allow players to show off their banner screens to other players.
That's cool. Oh, that looks good, too. Full-on CG version.
Players will be able to customize
That's pretty great.
items to their liking and show it off to other players. To celebrate, we prepared a bundle that includes all of the launch mobile suits. It will unlock Exia, Marasai UC, Zaku 2 Melee Loadout, and Mahiroo. The bundle also includes 9 legendary cosmetic
Ooh,
items, which include
a Kabuki Marasai? That actually looks cool. I know I was saying I don't like the busy designs a lot, but I think it actually works on this.
4 Japan-themed skins, 4 weapon skins,
Okay.
and 1 ornament. And lastly, Unicorn Gundam as well. This will be
I know this game's going to be free to play, and I'm usually a freeloader when it comes to free to play games because I have extra fun when I know that I'm getting all this time, when I'm getting all this gameplay out of something for absolutely no cost. But honestly, this is probably an exception. I might actually buy the whole pack that comes with the extra stuff, depending on how much it is.
called the DX Edition.
Oh, okay, so you buy it with the in-game currency, so we'll just have to figure out how much that equates to, right? Might be crazy high, maybe not. I obviously prefer rocking skins and costumes and things like that when they are obtained from some kind of achievement, because it feels more as if you earned it, and it feels like more of a flex. But I'm thinking if these things don't show up in a while, if these things don't show up again in a while, then it might be kind of a flex that you were one of the first players, right? Although that reminds me, I'm going to get that Gundam Evolution closed playtest skin for the RX-78. And also the spray, so I need to rock that too. But I already have that.
Shortly after the end of this video, we plan to broadcast a special event in Japan. A broadcast of an exhibition match towards the end of September.
Okay, so that must have been what I was watching. That must have been what that streamer I follow was doing.
Additionally, for our audience in North America, on September 24th, we will be broadcasting Showdown, featuring popular influencers. In
Have they announced who this is?
Taiwan, there will be an exhibition.
They haven't had any kind of exhibition match for this game in the West yet, have they? So I'm really wondering who they're going to pick. I'm wondering if they're just going to pick professional FPS players, or if they are going to pick more personality type content creators, right? I would assume FPS players, Overwatch players.
Match broadcast in early October. We plan on holding more events in the months to come.
Sorry you had to wait this long, but I'm happy to report that the launch date for Gundam Evolution is nearly here. We want to work with the community to continue to improve the game, so please continue to send us your great feedback.
In Season 1, on top of what we shared today, we are continuously working on additional elements as well as balance fixes. We plan to continue to add more elements to the game, so please keep following our community for the most up-to-date information. Get ready, because Gundam Evolution is right around the corner. See you on the battlefield.
See you on the battlefield. Hey, they said it, not me. That looks like a cool wallpaper. Guys, I'm so excited because it's so nice to see that they are going all in with this game and that they're not just treating it like some kind of side project, right? Because I'm so used to everything I like being super niche and super low budget and always treated as some sort of side thing by the rights holders. But in this case, we're finally getting a Gundam game that is treated as a big deal, right? And it's probably just because it's a hero shooter, right? And they know that the hero shooter genre is really big, and so they're kind of sort of cashing in on that, right? I would actually say they're kind of cashing in on Overwatch 2 being such a bomb, but I'm not going to open that can of worms right now. But you get my point, right? It's so nice seeing something from a franchise that I've liked my entire life that's always some sort of like side niche thing actually get something that's going to be somewhat popular, right? There's always an issue of something getting too popular, right? I don't think this is really ever going to get to that. I don't think Gundam's ever going to get to the degree where it's too popular and then they're going to water it down to hit mainstream audiences, right? Anyways, though, let me know what you guys think. Let me know which of the 3 new characters you are most excited to play. I'm most excited to see what Mahiroo is like, just because I would never expect them to add another Turn A suit, but I know I'm probably going to end up playing the Unicorn more. So really, I'm actually more excited to play the Unicorn long term, but I want to try out the Mahiroo first because I'm most excited to see what that is like, if you catch my drift. So thanks again for watching, everyone. Be sure to like the video if you liked it, and I will see you guys later. So bye for now.